On today's episode, we're working on another beautiful black bracelet with a cup chain as well as two connector. Now I gathered all the materials that I have. It doesn't have to be perfect. Chain, I got cup chains available. I went ahead to just arrange my beads, just to, the most important thing is get some beads and enjoy the process. So I went ahead to arrange the beads the way I want it to look like. And with the findings, the charms that I have available, I was able to whip something up. And let us see how it's going to look like at the end of the day. Please do not forget to subscribe and hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that whenever I post a new project, you will likely get it the first time. So let us get into this project. So I picked jump rings, eye pins, and so many other ones. Then arrange my beads, got all the ones I'm going to use ready, and my thread stopper, my thread itself, and my table is really packed. First of all, I want to show you the signs behind whipping something up, especially when you have limited beads. First of all, you have to outline it with big beads that you have available. I arranged rather the black beads. Then in between, after arranging it, how it's going to look like, the consistent smaller beads that will be in between, and how to arrange it so that it will look cohesive and consistent along the line. So I managed to arrange it how I envisioned it when I started arranging it. So after that, note there is a black bead. So at the end of the day, you're going to also mix it with some contrasting colors. I added the tubular connector at the far right. I didn't even know that the camera cut it off. Anyway, I added a charm that I'm going to add together with the tubular connector. Oh, you see it at the end there. Yes. So now that I am almost done here, the next thing is I'm going to attach the charms, the flower caps that I have available. And the beauty to this project is if you have a flower cap that is really solid and beautifully, exquisitely designed, oh, we are getting it. So last but not the least, I went ahead to get my cup chain. Yeah, the last one I did was really beautiful, so I got new beautiful ones. Cup chain, I arranged it how it's going to be. Now I am up to cutting my thread. So I always like to double my thread, and once it's the size of my wrist, it's good to go. Remember, it's elastic. So I went ahead, cut off, tied, and anytime I double it, I always love to tie both ends to a knot. Yes. So after doing that, with my cream stopper, I held it. Then using my crochet needle, I just strung and started fixing the beads. Oh yeah, so this is quite pretty easy. Before you know it, you're almost done, and that is all that. So I went ahead, how I arranged it on the table. I just picked it like that. So now that I'm almost done, do not forget to subscribe, and it really does help your girl. And so far, this is where we are. And now we're almost done, and very soon we'll be done, and then we'll tie the excess thread. Make sure that you leave an excess thread whenever you are making your own, so that it will be easier for you to tie when you are done. So I'm now fitting it into the thread. Now that I am almost done, remember I have some findings, some accessories, some droppings, some charms. I got everything I had. I just wanted to make an exquisite design. I also added the tubular connector. You will see it here at the far end. Yes, adding my charm. First, it was difficult for me to fit in. I had to change the crochet needle to a more tinier one before I was able to add it. So I'm done already, and I just added the tubular connector to it. That gives it a different look entirely. Once I'm done here, the next thing is to tie, and then I measure. Yes, measure the on the design board to ensure that you got the size correctly. So process of tying is quite easy with the loop I have created when I started. Meanwhile, as I'm tying, I'm also ensuring that it's fitting the narrative on the bracelet design board. Yes. So now that I am done, and let me know your suggestions, what you think as I'm working. And next thing is to go ahead to cut. Oh, meanwhile, I made another one offline, and this one I wanted to test my design acumen to see perhaps I can bring up other designs. Oh, but before I will show you that one, I needed to fit in the cup chain. So I plan fitting in the cup chain where the tubular connector is. You must outline your beads so much that it is very cohesive and there is no bead that feels off from the overall design. Yeah, so basically I just did this and added my cup chain, and the cup chain, was really sparkly and very fine. So I added it, and I was done with my bracelet. And make sure your tension that you tied is very tight, so that it doesn't, that's you won't be seeing the spaces in between the beads, since it's elastic thread. You need a lot of jump rings to be connecting. That is really practically what I did here. I managed to connect the cup chain to the bracelet, and once I was done, I had to place it on my design board to ensure that the overall look is cohesive and fine. So this is what I have done so far. I really love the art look. I managed to finish this one, and this one I really loved it. So I went ahead, I did another one offline. You notice they're almost the same, but there are distinguishing features that now this one is quite different, although it's still aesthetically similar. But in this case, I wanted to explore with a beaded button that is really very shiny and fine. So I wanted to add this, and in this case I have a one-step looper, and I wanted to also use it. I've not used it before. This was my first time using it since I got my own. To go online to find out how it's actually used. Yes, and I have some eye pins I needed to use. I managed to use this one. I have some other charms I wanted to also use alongside. Okay, so now this is where I'm using this, and wow, I tell you, this is so easy to make. In no time I was able to make my loop, and I was ready to go. This is so pretty, cute, and easy to make. So now for this project, what I want to do, I want to attach it first of all on the button. Let's see how it's going to look. Let's go ahead and do that first. So now I had a different idea of where I wanted to put the design and the chain. I wanted to fix another chain, but the chain will be much more simpler. Meanwhile, offline, I noticed that it's not really giving me what I want. So I decided to change the arrangement. So I rearranged everything. I made a drop-in and then attached this design that I made a loop. Right here, I was attaching the chain to the bracelet, and I needed jump rings to do that. I told you need jump rings for this project. You need lots of jump rings. So I was attaching it. I felt that the jump ring that I cut off is also somewhat longer. I decided to, attach the length that I want, the remaining, which is the drop-in. I now added the design that I had made the loop with earlier. I'm going to show you how it looks like at the end of the day, and this is quite easy to make. This project is quite easy and effortless to complete. So I was trying to clear my bench. Meanwhile, I was still figuring it out how it's going to look. So let me show you how it looks like. Maybe after adding the chain, you're going to really see how it looks like on the design board. You understand? And it's quite easy to add the chain. It's not really like something that you can, as far as you have jump rings, you can easily just slide it and hook it, and we are done. So let me bring the two bracelets out and let me hear your suggestions. Please do not forget to subscribe, follow, and suggest whatever you think is a better option to your girl. Making these designs are not difficult. It's just all about sketching it, aligning it the way with the beads you have. So thank you so much for watching. It was really an exciting moment, beading this with you guys. These are the bracelets that I made. I noticed some adjustments that I also made here. The design possibilities are quite endless. Let me know the next project you want us to make next, and have fun today as you bead along with us. Bye for now.